Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends here. This week, again, episode 3274, something like that, here on Ustream, and a little bit for you guys here on YouTube, just to wet your whistle and convince you to take the leap, cross the Rubicon, and come and join us. It's good to see you. I'm still getting lots and lots of comments on what I said about the Moulin Rouge. I didn't like that show at all. And so I put a little bit on Facebook about it. I said it was shite. That's all I put. And all these women, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of women saying it's brilliant, it's brilliant, it's brilliant. Not one bloke on there at all. I think it's not a blokey thing to do. If you want to see a show, you should have seen that one. Boobs in the Wood. It was great. Well, I suppose we better talk about what's going on in the news. The Princess of Wales is in hospital recovering from planned abdominal surgery. What does that mean, planned? It means that she wasn't ill, because you can't say, I'm going to be ill in 6 weeks' time, can you book me in? No, not really. Some people can tell the future. My grandfather actually knew when he was going to die. Did you know that? Yeah, judge told him. And so, boom. No, so I would think it's because Her Royal Highness had 3 babies, hasn't she? And it's all a bit funny down there. And you can't, do they come out... royal children, I don't know. Perhaps there was a caesarean section, and that does leave scars. So she's probably gone in there and had a little bit of tidying up. You know, planned to tidy it up a little bit for the old scarring, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I just know that having children that are born by caesarean section, it does alter them a bit. They are different to other children. For instance, when they park the car, they get out the sunroof, don't you know? And King Charles, he's announced he'll be having treatment for an enlarged prostate. Or, as my mate says, me prostrate. I'm having trouble with me prostrate. Well, don't lie back then. No, not that. Yeah. Well, I hope he's going to be all right. And that, a lot of men get that. They all say that once you pass 90, thank God, you will die with prostate cancer. You won't die of it. It's just something that goes on. It's up there. I had mine checked, and I'm not going to tell you about it on here for all in sundry to see. You have to be a member to hear my story of how a doctor stuck a fucking what felt like an elephant's trunk up my arse. I thought, Christ, I hope you don't find a girl's fingernail. Anyway, that's a long story. But we hope Catherine is okay. Do you know what, though? 14 days in hospital is a long time to recover, isn't it? And William, he's postponed all his work apparently, and he's looking after her and the children. Good man, proper man. Well, does it go against royal protocol for the king to announce hospital treatment in advance? I imagine, though, he's probably saying, look, if I can have a finger up my arse to check my prostate, you boys better go and do it too, because a lot of men suffer from that, and it's not good. Let's talk about politics quickly, talking of pains in the arses. The Rwanda bill passes its 3rd reading in Parliament, right? All them 60 MPs said they were going to rebel, 11 of them in the end. Someone's got the negatives, haven't they? Them old whips get them. 60 of them started out, were going to moan and rebel, 11. Right, well, it doesn't matter, because it ain't going to go anywhere, is it? Lee Anderson, even Lee, my favourite MP, he abstained from voting because he said the Labour MP, he went in the no lobby, and he said, and I stood there for a couple of minutes, and all these Labour MPs were taking the piss and making fun of him, saying, oh, is he coming back to Labour? If he voted against the government, you know, his life would have been hell, so he decided to abstain. But it's a shame, though, because he should have thought of that. Lee, you've resigned as deputy chairman. Well, apply to get your job back again. You've been a good boy. Suella Braverman, do you like her? I quite like her. She stuck to her principles and said the legislation didn't go far enough and wouldn't work in real life because people will just appeal. Well, they will. People will appeal. And this European Court of Human Rights, I've got to tell you something about that in a minute. We've got to get rid of them. So now this bill's got to go through the House of Lords with all them people that are sleepwalking, like dead people that haven't quite fallen over yet. They're going to change it, water it down beyond all recognition. It's fucking terrible. This Conservative Party, the government, are really, really desperate. They're just trying to do something that, well, in reality, will make no fucking difference at all. Now, you've got to hear this. This is a Labour MP. Stella Creasy, her name is. Right, that's the one who takes her baby into the chamber to prove a point. You seen her there with the baby? Yeah. How much does she earn? 80 grand a year, right, when thousands of mums have to go to work on lesser wages without their workplaces giving childcare provision, like Parliament does. Fucking hell. Anyway, she made a right tit of herself when she came up with Suella Braverman. They were talking to each other. She said, I know she feels this passionately. I just wonder if she could clarify, because she's got a concern about a foreign court, right? Which is the European Court of Human Rights. This is what she said. She's got a concern about a foreign court. What does she think NATO is? You know, she fell about laughing at her fucking stupidity before Braverman said NATO's not a court. And she said, I'm slightly embarrassed, so I have to make it clear to the Honourable Lady that really elementary politics is all about. Well, that is typical Labour Party, isn't it? Typical Labour Party. Now, before we go in there and go on to the other thing, I'm going to give you two penneth here. This is what the title of this was about. Why is it that no one's mentioned the similarity of the Rolex Rippers? Let's have a look at their pictures. There you go. Do you notice anything, ladies and gentlemen? Because I do, don't you? I notice something, and I'm going to tell you what it is now, without me getting banned. They are all young men. It doesn't matter about what colour they are. They're young hooligans, and they should be nicked and tasered and locked up. So there. Well, what did you think I was going to say? Okay, come over to Ustream. Let's have a little look at what's going on. And I hope you're enjoying. Have a look as well, not just for me on here now, but have a look on YouTube for Gary Bushell. Bushell on the Box is now signed up to Ustream. And have a look at our series, Laughter Class. It's really good. Who do you think's going to win? It's great. I'll see you over on the dark side. Come to ustream.com. Pick your package, sign up for a month, or sign up for a year and get 2 months free. And then you can just whack your password and your username onto your smart TV. And there I'll be, as big as a fucking billboard. See you, folks.
But if you're going to have a story that takes 10 minutes to tell, that punchline better be fucking good.
My career started basically like the chaps here have done by doing an audition. You know, I know Bobby Davro's house. He got burgled one night, and they found him tied up and gagged, and the police issued a statement to say that it wasn't his own gag. You can't say anything about anybody.
I don't care what the nurse said, I did actually fall on that light bulb.
Would I swap my life now